Have you tried selling your art during the Christmas season and didn't sell as much as you thought you should have? Well, in this video, I'm going to help you fix that. I'm going to share some simple tips to help you boost your art sales, whether you're selling in person or online. First, start preparing now. As of recording this video, it is September, so it's actually a little late to start preparing. You might even want to start preparing in August or July. The thing is, I've already had customers ordering commissions for gifts for Christmas. I had people start ordering commissions in August. And so if you think about this, you have to prepare way ahead of time. First, start getting people to sign up for your email newsletter. And if you don't have an email newsletter provider, not to worry, check the description. There is a provider down there that gives you 10,000 newsletter subscribers for free, and you can send to them as much as you want. And getting people to subscribe to your newsletter is super important. So what I want you to do right now is start posting every week on all of your different social media accounts, trying to get people to subscribe to your newsletter. Now, you don't want to just say, hey, subscribe to my newsletter, I send out updates. People don't care about that. You have to think about what's in it for them. And so one of the things people like are free giveaways. You can run a free giveaway for an entire month, recruit people over that time to get on there, and then once a month give away something like a really inexpensive art print or a postcard or a sticker. It doesn't have to be anything super expensive, but people love to get something for free. And so you will get a lot of people signing up to your newsletter for that. But if you don't want to do free giveaways, alternatively, you can promise your followers on social media, if they subscribe to your newsletter, to give them product releases that are exclusive to them or coupons that they can't get anywhere else. Things like that entice a person on social media who's just browsing, hanging out. They're not really wanting to buy anything at the moment, but it entices them to subscribe to your newsletter, and then you can access that person later without social media, without having to pay for ads or anything. You just send your email newsletters out to them. And oftentimes you will get a lot more conversions or sales off of an email newsletter than you will off of social media. And so it's a really good way to increase your sales. At the same time as you are constantly trying to recruit people to sign up for your newsletter, you also want to be developing some unique giftable items that you can sell. I have to stand way back here to show this to you, but these are my artwork on blankets. And this is my #1 best-selling item during the fall and Christmas shopping season on Etsy. People love these. They are super soft, and I think the printing looks good. It holds up really well. This is a blanket I got last year. I have washed this at least once a week because my cats like to sleep on it, and it has never faded out. So they are really good quality. I've linked these in the description if you would like to sell these with your artwork on them. You can also create Christmas themed artwork like I did right here of my cat. I call this one Karma the Grinch. She was kind of a grumpy cat, so I put a Santa hat on her and she would have hated it. So that's why I call her Karma the Grinch. But if you create Christmas themed items, people love to send seasonal greeting cards this time of year. You can make them print on demand with companies like Printful and Printify, but you can also make them yourself, and it's very affordable to make them yourself. And if you're already making Christmas themed art prints, adding them to other types of products during the Christmas season is a great way to expand your product offering without having to do that much more work. Obviously, you don't have to make Christmas themed art if you don't want to, but people do like it during the holiday season. But it's really important to have products or your artwork on things like art prints, something that's under $50, because people who are buying gifts often have a small budget for each person they need to buy a gift for. Let's say you have a family of 10 you are purchasing for. $50 per person might be a high limit for a budget. Some people might only have $20 a person. So keep that in mind when you are preparing these products that you are going to try to sell during the holiday season. And if you're going to sell commissions, which are huge during Christmas, it is the biggest time of the year that I sell commissions. But if you're going to do this, figure out how much time you have, how many spots, how many people that you can take their orders, so that way you can fulfill them without stressing yourself out. In the past, I have overfilled my schedule because you will have customers come to you at the last minute and beg you. I had people coming to me in tears begging me one year to be able to have a painting made of their friend or husband, wives, pet, to be able to give them for Christmas, and I couldn't fit them into my schedule. Now, what I do sometimes is sell gift cards at the last minute for the people so then they can give that as a gift, but they don't like to do that very much. Most people will try to pressure you into taking the commission. I would say don't take any more than what you have prepared yourself for doing. And as soon as you fill up all of the spots, just say, I'm sorry, I can't take any more this year. Book with me earlier next year. This next tip is super important. Okay, so all those people that you've been recruiting to subscribe to your newsletter this entire time, all the way up to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, you are going to need to prepare several emails to send out to them. But not just emails, all of your social media marketing posts. The strategy that has worked really well for me is to post on my email newsletter on Thursday, so Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, Saturday, which is Small Business Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Cyber Monday. Every single day I make a post on all of my social media networks and my newsletter. Now, you might think this is a lot, but people are getting inundated with advertising this time of year, and they are used to it. Especially the people who have subscribed to your newsletter. I figure if they subscribe to somebody's newsletter, they realize they're probably going to be getting promotional materials during that time of year, and customers often want to receive these items, especially if you are giving them a very special exclusive deal. So this is what I do. On my social media and on my website, I run a sale, let's say 10% off. But then when people subscribe to my newsletter, if they get that newsletter, they get an additional 10% off. So this way they get an entire 20% off if they get my newsletter coupon and they take advantage of my sale. And customers love this. They love getting extra deals that are only for them. Another idea that has worked really well for me is giving a free print every time a person buys a certain number of prints, but doing this only for those people who are subscribed to the newsletter. After this, you can give your sales strategy a rest for a little bit, but a couple of weeks before Christmas, do a last-minute sale and give everybody another opportunity to get a similar discount. Now moving on to in-person selling, and let me tell you, the fall is the best time to make art sales of any time of the year because people want to go shop for art in person to give as gifts. There are lots of local art events, so you will find these in your local listings of things to do around town. If you can be a part of any of those events, it will be really good for you because people love to shop local during the holidays. Another place to sell in person is a kiosk at a mall. People shop at malls all the time for Christmas gifts, and they are going in there looking for just anything to buy that's in the $20 range. I know this because I had an art gallery in the mall for 3 different Christmas shopping seasons. I had it for 2.5 years in the mall, so I know mall selling of art really well. And kiosks are so good because they are affordable. They're much more affordable than having an inline store, and you have the customers right up next to you as they are walking by your booth. You can get kiosks at malls for like $1,000 during December, sometimes more if the areas or the malls are more well-trafficked or things are more expensive there. But where I live in Wichita, it costs around $1,000, and this is really affordable if you think about having 30 days to sell people your artwork. Aside from doing local art events, another really great way to sell in person are large art shows, art fairs during the Christmas season. But it's probably a little late right now to be able to apply to get into them. If you want to get into art shows in the fall, usually you have to apply in the spring or the early summer. So start planning ahead a little bit more for next year so that you can get into some of these bigger shows. I'm talking shows with 50 or 100,000 people attending them at a minimum. Because if you have access to more customers, you're going to sell more art. And when you time doing one of those big shows with it being the biggest shopping season of the year, you are inevitably going to sell more. And since this time of year it's getting cooler outside and more events are indoors, check out this video to learn indoor art booth setup tips. All right, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.